I have been a Special Forces soldier for 5 years, ask me anything. Hello Reddit. My name is Daniel, and I was a soldier of the Russian Special Forces from 2014 to 2019. I participated in counter-terrorist operations in the North Caucasus, and also was in Syria for 9 months in 2017. During my service I was a gunner, machine gunner, sniper and squad leader. Ask your questions. What do you think was the most dangerous situation you found yourself in? Did you know it was going to be like that, or did it turn bad? Are there things most people don't think are dangerous but you are wary of? I was in armored personnel carrier, in the place of the shooter, although I should not have been there. Our convoy was attacked, and I shot a cannon in a tower. Suddenly she jammed, and I could see in the sight of a guy with an RPG, who then shot at us. He hit the tower. I got a concussion, a shoulder wound, multiple shrapnel wounds to my hands, and my body armor melted to my shoulder. Being in Syria, did you find yourself in tense situations between US forces and Russian forces? Also, what's your opinion on US SF compared to Russian SF? I have never personally met with American soldiers, my friends met. Well, I saw them at a distance of about 3 kilometers. There were no conflicts between us. I think that the American Special Forces are also real professionals. I saw a film about the training of SEAL, it was cool. What is the worst thing your superiors made you do during your formation? We fired on a ship that was moving towards our base. It was simply riddled with all that is possible. The crew did not answer on the radio, did not respond to signals and warning shots. It turned out that it was a ship from another country that brought a load of marble. In general, no one was left alive on this ship, and he was not subsequently removed. He was stuck on the coastal cliffs and tipped, so he stayed there until the end of my deployment. What was Syria like? Very hot, everywhere spiders and snakes, problems with water and food, constant dysentery. Everything around is allowed, people are poor. I think that somehow I wasn't there. But I'm a little older. I'm going to guess it was like Kosovo or Bosnia. They never had official wars going with the USA, just stuff going on. And it was mayhem. When a country doesn't officially declare war and still sends fighters, it's a nightmare. What are the simple things that you enjoy in life? Like food, hobbies, a place to be? Or something simpler? Thank you for doing this AMA. One of the most grounded and interesting ones I've seen in a while. It's hard for me to enjoy something now, I'm still sick. I guess I like alcohol at the moment. I drink constantly. Well, I also love to drive in my car, but now I do not make it drunk. What is your opinion on the use of Spetsnaz typically being used as the bad guys in Western film and books? Additionally, in Russia, are US Special Forces stereotyped to be bad guys as well? Thanks in advance if you answer this. Hope you're staying safe with everything going around right now. Well, this is all an echo of the Cold War. Yes, in Russian films the bad guys are sometimes Americans. There is a film about countering Russian Special Forces and American Special Forces. Whenever I hear Special Forces I always think of super serious badass soldiers. Have you ever had any really funny moments with your squad members? One of our guys went out to shoot at targets in full uniform. Usually we shot everything. He looked cool in all this garbage. And so he takes the magazine from the rifle, drops it, tries to pick it up, but kicks it with his foot, and the magazine flies away. SF is the same as any other combat arms, infantry/cavalry/ etc., or direct support combat medics/ camo/ etc. soldier. They just have more focused training and a broad tactical knowledge base. Well, they're also significantly better equipped, but that's mostly creature comforts and convenience stuff. I was doing medical coverage for a range the 10th SF group was putting on. Part of it was jumping down into a concrete trench. I watched this Special Forces staff sergeant with multiple combat deployments jump down into the trench, and when he did he stumbled into the wall and his magazine fell out of his rifle. Guess the mag wasn't quite seated in the mag well, could happen to anybody, but that was funny as shit. kinda demonstrates how no matter how much training and experience you might have, at the end of the day you're still just some guy with a rifle. What's your opinion on Dagestani people? Not a soldier, but was growing up in Grozny and traveled around a lot. So, Dagestani are slightly crazy at times but generally okay. Chechens? Well, I had quite a few fights with them when I was a kid. And it was always 5-1, never one-on-one. I wonder why Stalin sent them to Siberia? Nice, wonderful people. Also, when Soviet Union collapsed, signs like Russians don't leave, we need slaves were fun to read. Special Forces soldiers trained to perform at their best. Did you ever see one of your guys do something that amazed you, whether it was something athletic, mentally surprising, at the firing range, endurance etc.? I saw my friend wounded by a splinter in the face, in the cheek area. Part of his face just hung down, there was blood everywhere, on him, on his rifle. But he calmly continued to charge his rifle, and then returned fire. Later he went to the hospital, and he had a scar left on his face, but his endurance struck me. Did you always know and understand the context in the larger scheme of worldwide politics that your individual missions were a part of? Do you, always believe as your leaders do? How do you reconcile any differences relating to moral objections found after the fact? I always understood that there was more than just a fight against terrorism, but it turned out that this was not a very important goal. The main thing is money and political influence, which I realized later. In the war, I did not feel anything, I did not care for the most part. Awareness of everything that happened came after. Thank you for watching the video. If you're new, please be sure to subscribe, like and turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload. Post your own stories in the comments down below.